It's May 4th. Okay, then they going to make Obi-Wan win regardless. So I was like,
No.
I was like, you know what?
I'm in the middle of a protocol. Oh, I see you, Marcus.
Yeah, I got you. So.
Okay.
I'm not bullet. But I felt the same way. Like Obi-Wan should not win that one. Like it was a good fight. I'm like Obi-Wan should not be having that much power. Nah, it was Mace Windu. If it was Mace Windu, if it was Darth Vader, then yeah, I was like.
So someone with a more lethal background. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's a beast, but like he's, you know, in essence a good guy. In essence, he's a good guy.
Cause they took a lot of stuff from the game.
You're gonna feel the exact same way. Because it's how they gauge their stuff.
Yeah. We were talking about that the other day with like putting different people together, and it depends. Like a good majority of the fights are based on like they want to bring it to a scientific basis so that it makes sense. But you have to understand that they are a beast in their world, and their worlds are separate. So the universe that they're in has different rules that pertain to them.
So it's really hard when you do things like that when each world goes with its own rule set.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ichigo?
Yep, I was just about to bring that up. Because it's like, oh, that's all similar. That's like super similar, but you have to understand that Ichigo, being a dead guy, yeah. But Ichigo being dead couldn't be seen, you know, felt.
And Naruto had that thing mode that you could see.
Yeah, that's why, like, if I was gonna put a battle together like that, if I was gonna put a battle together like that, I would do Bleach versus Yu Yu Hakusho. Because all the dead can see the dead, they both have spiritual powers and shit.
Yeah, they did. They had Hiei versus Sasuke. And he gave it to Hiei on that one. I'm big on Yu Yu Hakusho. Like, Hiei is a beast, but I didn't think that he was going to win that fight.
Yeah.
I did not think he was going to win that at all.
Yeah, but remember, they didn't get the updated Sasuke. They got the Sasuke right after he killed Itachi. They didn't get the running gun Sasuke. So they didn't get the nigga that could cheat death.
Yeah, because they just combined.
It's the people that they picking. That's all it is. They had Cable versus who was it? That Cable lost.
No, it was Cable.
Yeah, Booster Gold. When he had him lose against Booster Gold, and I was just like, Booster Gold is an old school cat. But,
yeah, he's old.
You know, but for him to actually like beat Cable, who is actually super, the dude from fucking Metal Gear. Yeah, you know, Raiden, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had
you know what they put together that kind of pissed me off? Because it wasn't even a fair fight. They put Vegeta against Shadow because they have similar personality traits. I was like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah. So you can tell that these guys.
We all do.
Start telling me his power. It's like, yeah, no, fuck that. Vegeta is a goddamn Saiyan. All he has to do is touch Shadow, and Shadow's gonna obliterate pieces.
Okay.
Like,
Got the boss now. Yes, I finally got the mission done. Yay!
and I love Shadow. As a Sonic fan, I love Shadow.
Done.
But goddamn.
Never a good sign.
You
Oh, you did it?
Mm-hmm. Let's finish this shit.
Finish this is not the right word. You know how many levels this goes. This goes to 7.
Lots of hide.
And we're on
Question.
Yes, sir.
So if Kakarot now has, and I'm going by the series, not the manga.
He's not beating Superman.
What I'm saying is, if he's using Ultra Instinct and he has basically the heat of the sun, will he power up Superman if he's fighting? So since Kakarot now has Ultra Instinct, and that basically no. I'm only asking this one question. I'm not saying if they fight, like if Kakarot has the power of Ultra Instinct and it heats up his body to the point where he's near, like, basically the sun, will that empower Superman if he's standing next to him? I believe it's the solar rays.
It's the solar rays.
Okay, I mean, Kakarot with his, whoa, he just be coming out of nowhere. With his, it kind of is one of those things where he gives off the heat of a universe or whatever, but I don't think it's gonna like necessarily power him up because he's not technically not.
Star.
Yeah, he's not a star technically. He might be giving off heat like it, but he's not. Yeah, exactly. He's not that guy. So in that case, I wouldn't think that he would give Superman any type of power up. But what he would do is, put up that fight. But still, like, it's not gonna be enough.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna be enough. It's basically like fighting.
Oh what?
Garen couldn't really hit him too much, but Garen wasn't being taken down because that Ultra Instinct would run out eventually. And
Of course. I'm a big RDC World fan. Like they the shit. Yeah, they're fucking hilarious, man. Like they do it right too. Yeah. Like, don't do it, Vegeta. Just because we have this doesn't mean that we're gonna be able to get it done, Vegeta. He didn't give a shit. Still got his ass whooped. I say time out.
Much for you guys.
I will not be second bested by 2 clowns.
Alright, hold up. Okay, Marcus, let's leave. Teammates here.
Yeah, let's leave.
Hold on. No, hold on. I'm gonna join up. But yeah, Anime House is cool as hell though. Like these guys, they always make sure. Which one?
I haven't watched it either. I'm ready for the hate for that. I haven't seen it yet. I'm ready for the hate.
Well,
Everyone's been telling me to watch it.
Black Clover? You can't hear about Black Clover.
Are we on the same? Hold on, Marcus. Are we on the same joint?
Yeah, I told you. I joined you.
Are we on the same team? Oh, you joined me. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. You guys go. Let's go.
It's good. Let's go near this chick. But like My Hero is actually pretty decent. It's not the greatest, but it's pretty decent because that's actually one of the guys that we have for this conversation that we have for today. Which we might as well start now, I guess.
Yeah, might as well because the conversation was getting hot. So I said, oh, let me start it. Let me start it right now. Sorry. But
so the question that we started out with that we was talking about yesterday is who was the best villain who did things behind the scenes? you know, who basically was running shit without people actually knowing what was going on. You know what I mean? So the first one that we had was it's going to be a 5-way. It's going to be a 5-way. So the first person that we chose was Apocalypse, right? Then we went to All For One from, I mean, you didn't watch My Hero, so it's kind of hard for that for All For One for you. And then we also had, it was Kaguya from Naruto, All For One from My Hero Academia, All For One. I know you've seen that fight at least, with All For One versus All Might.
Still in one piece?
Yeah, the dude with the messed up face. Alright. Then we had Izon.
Don't be a stranger.
Yep. Yeah, well, Izon as a guy who did things in the background. Kaguya.
It wasn't her. It wasn't her. Because she was technically dead. It wasn't her. It was
Black Zetsu.
But the thing is,
it was Zetsu. Black Zetsu.
But the thing is, Black Zetsu was her will. Yeah, it was her.
Zetsu was.
So, but now this is where once I finish saying this, then we're gonna start breaking down the other sub parts that they had.
We got two more.
Who they were using? Yeah, we got 2 more. Blackbeard from One Piece. And Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Those are the 5. Kaguya, Izon, Apocalypse, Dio, and Izon.
No,
we're doing canon.
No,
because movie Apocalypse, we don't count that. We don't count the movies.
No.
We're counting what's actually canon. The movies aren't canon. They just basically did whatever they wanted to in the movies. The movies are their own thing.
Right.
We talking about Light as a.
I was gonna say Ryuk, but all right.
Nah. See, but the thing is, they're technically not villains.
You know, it's all whoever has the book. I mean, he wasn't really manipulating him. He just gave him the power and told him do whatever you want. That's not really manipulating.
They're not manipulating. Manipulative is like you're behind the scenes. You controlling things. Now, people that got a hall pass of today with this whole 5-way match. Palpatine got a hall pass. So
we gave Palpatine a hall pass.
We put him in a different battle. Yeah, but I'm sticking to I'm not adding the new movies into it. We're going by what the books, I believe.
Yeah, we was basically doing books.
Yeah, she made
sense because she's been doing that shit for generations and generations.
You know. And that's the whole thing. Was after her kids locked her away, she strips him out, and then remember he was the one who manipulated Madara, because we were going to say Madara was the main manipulator, but Black Zetsu manipulated Madara and showed him how to actually achieve her power. And so, and then when she finally came to be, he came to her and was like, "Yo, what's up, Mom?" And she was like, "Thank you, my son, for handling things." So in the case, she was the main person behind him because he was acting on her will. So Black Zetsu is her thing. So it's almost like the same thing with Apocalypse. Apocalypse is the other guy. Now, Marcus and I, when we was talking about it, we were saying, you know, because and the whole thing
I picked Mr. Sinister.
Mr. Sinister, but what I was saying was that with Sinister, he was doing experiments for Apocalypse. He was trying to find or make the perfect mutant so that Apocalypse could take over that body. So in the case, Sinister was working for Apocalypse the same way Black Zetsu was working for Kaguya. So in the long run, he's the main guy. Now, when it comes to, you know, Izon, you know, he was a great manipulator because he was doing things in the background that no one knew that he was doing, with all the experiments that he did in his soul society to take over people's consciousness and everything like that. So he was doing everything that he wanted to do regardless of what was going on. So,
all right, so let me throw this monkey wrench in your plans real quick. Hall pass. Think about it real quick. Hall pass. Quan Chi.
Quan Chi from
Mortal Kombat? Yeah, he get a hall pass.
Because Quan Chi definitely manipulated Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn to start a war between fucking dimension realms, so that he can obtain the power of every god. It took damn near 12 games, but that was his plan.
But I can't put him against these type of gods. You know, especially with
Mortal Kombat is a
Yes
great
and no,
fighting
because
game. When it comes down, well, we're not talking about the fighting.
we're talking about manipulation.
Aspect. We're talking
Yeah,
about
we're
the
talking
abilities and his ability to manipulate people.
Exactly, and exactly what kind of impact they had on the whole ordeal itself.
Yeah, like
You know, that's really what
like,
we're trying to figure out.
Apocalypse manipulate and made a whole goddamn army, a nation to a point, because in Wolverine X-Men, he was the president. He was president of the world. So I was like, oh, you know.
Well, then if that's the case,
so that's why.
Well, you can't really put in Mystique because Mystique was working for
Apocalypse.
Remember,
We're talking about behind the scenes.
Magneto,
We're talking about behind the scenes.
Even though she was working for Magneto, so he was
even Magneto was working for
and all that.
Apocalypse.
Well, he didn't know that he
so
was
it has to
working
be
for
strictly
Apocalypse
behind the
because
scenes,
of
right?
because it has to strictly be behind the scenes for this one, because you know you could talk about Kaguya has god power, you know. Apocalypse has basically the strongest mutant power, so he was basically celebrated as a god. Izon wanted to be a god. He
became
a god. He became basically a dimensional being. He wasn't a god per se. He was a dimensional being. He was trying to kill God and take his powers. You know what I mean? Blackbeard, he's not a god, but when it comes down to being a strategist, this dude, we don't know. He's going to be basically the last villain.
Yeah, we already proclaimed that he's the last villain of One Piece.
He's the last villain because all he's been doing throughout the series, when he finally was introduced, was scheme and plot. And because of him, the world has changed to where it's at right now in the One Piece world. And on top of that, he is also at the point of really getting everything together. So we don't know what he does behind the scenes. We just see him pop up, and then they'll give you a little snippet of what he's doing here, a little snippet of what he's doing here. But the last time they finally actually showed them, he's been gathering so many different fruit powers that he's been killing people off in the show that were relevant at one point in time, because, you know, they have a whole bunch of side stories. You know what I mean? So him as a manipulator, we don't know the full extent of what he's doing because the series isn't over yet. But at the same time, we sitting here like, yo, this dude's potential is off the Richter scale, because it's bonanza.
Yeah, and it's more to Kaguya right now because of Boruto, because now they're saying that her race is an alien race. So, I'm like,
they put that out when they first introduced her and gave her a backstory that she came from the moon and all that.
Yeah, you know, now they want
that she's the weakest one of her race. So in order for her to wait generations and start not one but like 3-4 wars to bring her back. You know, that's some shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because she was exiled. She was exiled from her clan for being so weak. They have. Like their whole existence is they create with chakra, and then if need be, they can eat that person and gain their power and be stronger. Because that's been shown. That's been shown.
That's what
in
their
Naruto
whole
as well.
The whole thing about with them is that they're basically Turles and his crew. They go from planet to planet, sowing the tree of life into there so that it could suck up the planet's essence and eat the fruit to become more stronger, become much more powerful. You know what I mean?
Because Turles is a movie, that's why.
Well, yeah, exactly. He's a movie, but that's what I'm saying. That they took that whole concept from that. They took the whole concept from that. You know, they took that one movie and made it into a generational spanning process. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like they, you know, the whole thing with Kaguya from the Naruto world realm standpoint is a vicious monster. Granted, you know, she does whatever she, you know, we're gonna get into all her stuff accolades later, but when it comes down to like these five, he was like these guys right here, even if we were to put them all in a death battle, it would be something that would be pretty darn good. But I mean, Apocalypse himself, great manipulator. He manipulated 3 different storylines. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing with the Magneto and Mystique, he was the manipulator behind that because Mystique worked for him. The whole thing with Sinister with the Savage Lands, that was his whole doing, trying to create more mutants that would serve him. And then you had the whole Archangel joint when Mystique had Archangel turned into the plagues and stuff like that. And then we finally get to Apocalypse. Come to find out that only thing he wants is just to have the strongest mutant ability, because that's all he wants. He was like, yo, my mutant ability is great, but I want more. You know what I mean?
I want to control many.
And then after he did all that, and they finally defeated him or locked him away, because they never killed Apocalypse. And when they finally locked him away, you got to remember that in the comics, Onslaught came onto the scene after the whole thing with Apocalypse. You know, when Apocalypse basically unlocked Charles Xavier's psyche in that battle that he had with him in order for Charles to beat Apocalypse. Then Onslaught came onto the scene, which basically almost killed off the world. So he manipulated so much in the X-Men series that, you know, for a guy behind the scenes, he's freaking awesome. That's why I was like, well, Apocalypse is my first person that I put into it. For that simple fact that I was like, oh, this dude right here manipulated at least 3 different seasons of what was going on here. You know, and then I know Marcus threw in Izon and Theo, and I was just like,
So Izon whole purpose was to be
definitely a good one.
You know,
because realistically, throughout the whole thing, he never lifted up a finger until he fought Ichigo.
And even to this point now, they couldn't beat him. They have to lock him up. They have to seal him.
Speaking of which, didn't they seal Kaguya? Isn't Kaguya still alive, or did she get eaten?
No,
she got sealed again.
She got sealed.
The strongest manipulators, you can't even really kill. You gotta seal them up.
Exactly. That's why I say that's why I say Palpatine get a hall pass. So the other
Quan Chi get a hall pass.
Yeah, Quan Chi get a hall pass. You know, people like that get a hall pass. Darkseid get a hall pass. You know, Frieza get a hall pass.
Is just a beast.
Thanos get a hall pass. Yeah, so that's what I said. Like,
because I was gonna say Frieza, but I was like, no.
Frieza was a. Now he goes into a different category because Frieza was a what's the
he was a warlord.
Tyrannical.
A tyrant.
He was a tyrant warlord.
He was a tyrant.
So that's why. So next week,
Tyrants, him, Darkseid, Thanos, all those guys will go into their own ones as tyrants.
So
but not
next week, pay-per-view will be Darkseid versus Thanos versus Frieza versus Palpatine.
That's charging people now.
That's next week. That's next week matchup. no. So they get a hall pass for today for this matchup. This one, you really can't kill the people in this one. You really can't. Except we don't know the full capability of Blackbeard. We don't know the full capability. I kind of watch My Hero a little bit. Do you know more about the All for One than I do? So I don't know.
Yeah, now with All for One, that manipulating bastard. Like literally, with All for One. Because remember, if you want to talk about having people do your work for you, he's the one who actually got Shigaraki, who is basically the main villain, to be a villain. You know, he not only did he make him into a villain, he also went ahead and made the boy took the person who was his rival and his enemy, and turned her kid against what she was doing. So, you know, or her grandkid or whatever. Like he went ahead and manipulated it to the point where they're like, yo, you know, I can't kill this kid because he's my idol. Like it was All Might's idol's son or grandkid or whatever. So in a sense, he's making All Might kill the person that he looked up to, child. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some diabolical mess right there. And then not only that, he goes ahead and he steals people's powers and makes them his own. So, and then after he steals people's powers, he sits back and fuses them with other people, taking away their own consciousness so that they could fit in whatever it is that he wants to do in his scheme. And he does this all behind closed doors. No one knows that he's alive. Only ones who knows about him is the ones who at the very top, and they don't even bring this dude up in anything. Like the cops don't even really didn't know about him until they captured him. You know, so this dude literally was basically doing everything behind the scenes and still is. Even though he's locked up, he still influences so much. And even though he's letting Shigaraki take the helm and do whatever it is that he wants to do, he's still benefits off of it. Yeah, he still benefits off of it because that's all he wants. All he wants is just to cause chaos and destruct stuff. That's all he cares about. That's literally all he cares about. You know, and then, you know, it was his brother's power that is the biggest thing that is in his way, and he tried to even take that. He even tried to kill his own brother to get to where he's at right now. You know, because he was part of the first people to get their powers in the show. You know, so as a manipulator, he's up there. He's up there as a manipulator.
Now Izon, now Dio.
Yeah, Dio. We all, I mean, some of us watch JoJo.
We all watched like 3 seasons of JoJo, and we already know each one of them had Dio in it. I think now with the new one
was manipulating everything.
Yeah. You know how many people he not only that he had killed, that he killed. You know, and he turned people into vampires. He was a vampire, so he made everybody into the zombies. You need to go, sir.
We could just kill. I need to kill Fallen here in order to get this.
Alright, man. Go ahead.
I mean, we got to go to the Lost Sector and fight that nightmare that's over there. Where
Okay,
we was about ready to drive to. You got to fight that nightmare over there.
Okay, man. Let's go. But yeah, so it's like Dio. He's too. Yeah, he's too. Yeah.
Well, with Dio, his whole manipulating thing was that he was always a person who was, you know, who was always a dude who always was a cerebral thinker, and he always wanted to be the you know, to be the best because he came from nothing. So he was already a person who was basically a wise street, like a wise street guy who you know, who already was able to fight who was already a cerebral thinker, who already was plotting and scheming to get things his way. And on top of that, by him always putting on a smiling face for other people, you know, that made him really seem like
he was an okay guy.
Mm-hmm. You know, and well, he wasn't. He was a bastard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he I mean, he knew his pops and everything, but that dude was a bastard. You know, he really wasn't a good person. And what he was ended up doing, you know, once he finally got the power, this dude went ahead and did the most with it. Whoa. Where'd you go, Marcus?
I went to the Lost Sector.
Oh, you in the Lost Sector, okay.
Yep. It was hard to find it, but...
Yeah, it's right here. Yeah. I'm
but,
going
so Blackbeard... we already know what Blackbeard is.
Now with Blackbeard, it's... He, you know, his manipulating skills is up there with the highest of them. Because we don't know what it is that he's doing, but remember, he's the reason why Ace is gone. You know, he's the reason why Whitebeard's gone. You know, it's like when he did the whole thing with Ace, and now come to find out, this dude was legitimately
plotting,
doing all this. Had to kill his own people in order to obtain this power that he has.
So, and that's just it. And so
we all know Izon's his whole thing was just he wanted to be the ultimate being. That's what Izon's whole thing was, being the ultimate being.
He did.
And he got to that point, but then come to find out, Ichigo, and he already knew the whole thing with Ichigo. You know what I mean? Exactly what he was and what he was capable of, and wanted that power for himself. So he manipulated everything so that he could get that power. He manipulated all of it so that he could be able to we gotta go into this door over here, I believe.
Okay.
Up here. Now the bastard that Izon is, he was willing to use anything and everyone, and all the experiments that he was doing was basically to take the essence of what they were. Because remember, they were basically spirits in their own right. You know what I'm saying? They lived in a different dimension, basically. And by them living in that different dimension, it was like, all right, well, we already know that we're multi dimensional beings, but there's different levels to this. I want to get to the level where, you know, I could be able to change the fabric of time and shit. You know what I mean? I want to be able to make the world into my own thing, because that's what I want. I want to be God. You know, I don't want to be just another person to look, man. You know, he wanted to be the person who ran everything. For whatever reason, we still don't know why he wanted to you know, to do what he wanted to do. It's almost like one of those things, well, I wanted to because I can do it type of deal. You know? But still, as a manipulator, he still manipulated shit out of everything. You know what I mean? So you can't really say too much about it.
we haven't even went to. We already know each and every one of the powers. We actually just say, okay, who's the most significant? So we could go with powers all day. We could.
Yeah, when it comes to powers, we'll still discuss their powers and all that. But yeah, like it's you know, when it comes down to who did it the best, you know, it's kind of hard for me because I'm torn between, you know, Kaguya and Apocalypse, because, you know, as a kid, like Apocalypse to me as a kid was that dude, man, that you just don't, you know, like we never seen him really have to lift his hands to do anything, you know, and it was just like this dude. I think he threw some fisticuffs a couple times, but at the end of the day, no one really touched him. You know, he was more or less just that opposing figure in the backgrounds. Like, you know, characters are scared of him. He was like, for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude doesn't do anything. Come to find out, you know, he a GG. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude's powers could be something of wonderment. I mean, yo, just look at what he did with when he tried to take the power from Rogue. He was like, yo, you have the best siphon ability ever. That's all I want. All I want to do is be able to siphon everybody's power. You know, I was using technology from space to do that. You know what I mean?
Alien technology. So it's like
I was using alien tech to do that, and you could do that as a power. So I want that, so I could be able to siphon whoever power that I want, because I know that
you can't siphon a siphon. Please.
Well, remember, that's what he was trying to do. You know, he was trying to. What he was telling people was that he was able. Well, they got the whole thing from the third X-Men movie, where they were saying that there was a place for people to take. You could get your powers taken away or whatever. It was Apocalypse who started that with Mystique when she was pretending to be a doctor, and then all he was doing was just enhancing people's already potent abilities.
He did that with Archangel.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. And then he ended up taking over their minds. He was more or less like, okay, I could take away your power from you, but what he did was he didn't take away the power. He took away your free will. So now you ain't gotta worry about having to use your powers, because, you know, I'll use them for you, type of deal. So, you know, so you gotta talk about not only the manipulation, but the double entendre with how he spoke. You know, motherfuckers spoke with similes and shit. You know what I mean? And it's just like, alright, well,
that's what make this Fatal 5, this Battle Royale, very interesting.
Yeah, because you guys, it's like, who did it better? Like, who was the best manipulator in the situation when it comes to main story and everything?
And Apocalypse, to me, is my favorite, because how his mannerisms and the way he spoke was okay. I can see how you talk. Okay, I see. I really don't want to, but you know what? I just want to join you, because how you think as a leader also. So even though it's going to screw me at the end of the day, but I have this abundance of power now.
You know, and that's the kind of charisma. Again, those who normally are great, you know, manipulators have charisma that people just follow. You know, and that's another one too. You know, if you know, who has the best charisma of all these people? You know what I'm saying? Of all these people who, you know, who take care of shit, who people want to follow. You know. You know, she made a
whole village, and she took that nigga kids.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's what I was saying. Now, Dio, remember, he's a vampire, and vampires are all about charisma. That's how you get people to, you know, that's what it was all in the bazaar joint. You know what I'm saying? And he was just walking up to people, was like, yo, you know, how about you work for me? And then all of a sudden he ends up implanting them with a bug and all that makes them, you know, want to serve him. Yeah, want to serve him. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, siphoning off of these people.
What do you need to do?
Hold on. Yeah, we already just running this. Man.
Yeah, we were running. Yeah, I'm about to run in, gun blazing, like all we do.
I mean, I got 5 more vests. We got 5 more treasures. You gotta find the K1 crew quarters and dispel the nightmare within. So follow me.
I'm gonna have to go with Marcus on this one. Apocalypse. You can't beat natural charisma.
You know,
even if you are a vampire, like even if you are a vampire, and you have all the natural charisma in the world. It's like, all right, they know you're a vampire. They're gonna naturally fight you on it. So if you have to plant a bug on them, it's still kind of forced. Kaguya, when she came back, had no type of charisma. They're like, oh, she's a bad bitch. She gotta go. You know what I'm saying?
And
So like even like that natural
too.
charisma is something that even if you like you know they're bad, but even if you see them, you can't help but be like, you know what? I might just work for you. It's the same thing with Thanos. Thanos, horrible looking dude, but he had that natural charisma because he's like, yo, I'm just gonna tell you how it is, tell you the truth. You come work with me, or I take you off the face of the earth. Like the ultimatum type shit.
Yeah, they made a whole series, the what if, you know. So.
You know, I mean, at the end of it all, he ended up still helping, but he was just like, you know, my plan failed, so, you know, it is what it is. I'm not, you know, I'm not bitter about it. It is, you know, I'm gonna take it on the chin for whatever it is. You know?
You got plenty of chin.
You know, so it was one of those that, you know, he didn't care.
Hive ritual is starting.
You know,
We mustn't give the swarm
it's just the tribe also that
end to it.
they made a cult of Foundland. They made a whole cult. Yeah, I can give it to Kaguya because she part of a alien type that can do all this. But Apocalypse, he's more charismatic leadership because of the fact that what he spoke. So
yeah, Kaguya wasn't speaking on anybody to really follow her. It was one of those, like, she didn't care if you wanted to follow her or not.
No, she just cared that
he was about ready to be, you know, you're going to be a part of my legion anyway because I'm going to go ahead and turn everybody into this. You know what I mean?
Everybody
she was more of a servitude type of deal. When Apocalypse she was more of a servitude. You know what I mean? She was all about servitude. So, in that sense, you know, he really wasn't charismatic because he didn't give a shit if you followed her or not. You know, in her eyes, it didn't matter. You was going to lay down. And if you gonna get down, you gonna lay down. If you lay down, you gonna stay down. Type
and
she
put everybody in a goddamn.
She rolled with DMX, you know.
There was 3 of them. I didn't know they came at me like that. So
I did. That's why I stood back.
I know. Good job that you stood back. You know how. Gun blazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Apocalypse on that one. You can't beat natural charisma. If he can talk you into working.
I mean, Izon had natural charisma too. Now you can't say that because Izon had natural charisma too. Because you gotta remember what happened with the Moki, with that chick that was with the, not even the Espadas. The Espadas, they joined him because they had no choice. Because in their world, you know, strength makes right. Yeah, exactly. But if you go into you know, he was one of the most respected soul reapers. You know what I'm saying? He was doing experiments, everything before anybody knew what was going on. You know what I mean? So he already, and he had everybody. I think, remember, Renji and all of them. Renji and his 2 crewmates, the 2 people that he came up with. They was all about him. You know what I mean? You know, so that's all they cared about. You know, Momo, that's all she cared about was Izon. She still messed up. You know, she still ain't get over what Izon did. You know what I'm saying? She still didn't get over that.
She was broken.
You know, she still ain't never get over what happened. So, in a sense, he, you know, it doesn't matter in that sense. You know what I mean? So, and straight up charisma, he had it too. You know, that's all Izon had to me was charisma.
Him and that Jean Paul, man, that Jean Paul to fucking hypnotize people. That's what I'm saying. Like, Aizen definitely has the charisma, and so does Apocalypse. So it's between
but he does have basically a genjutsu that, you know, he makes you want to.
Yeah, he basically makes you listen to whatever he has to say.
Yeah. So, in Apocalypse, the nap. So.
And you just want to follow Apocalypse, or if you don't want to follow him, it doesn't matter. He still does what he wants.
He's gonna bribe you one way or another.
Yeah, either way, you're going to end up wanting to join up with him, regardless of what was going on. Because that's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? Even though he did also have, you know, have that, that I'm gonna do this and you gonna follow me regardless of what it is that you think.
That's what I said. It's just like, I naturally have to give this to Apocalypse, hands down.
That's what I was saying, like, you know, because he was my go-to. He was the first one who started this whole thing. And I was like, yo, my man's in Apocalypse is G. But Kaguya, you know, like, just what Black Zetsu did makes her right there. You know what I'm saying? Just because of what Black Zetsu did, because he also had Sinister. You know what I'm saying? Do the same thing.
Well, because Sinister was Sinister praised Apocalypse. That's why Sinister became like Apocalypse. He was like he was the new. He said, "Yo, I did this because of him." You know, so because Mr. Sinister, he wanted his own thing. Oh, I need Dream Greg and Scott. They can make the perfect baby. And look what happened.
Yeah, because for some reason Cyclops is an Omega level mutant.
And Jean Grey is Omega level with the Phoenix. So it was like, you know, Mr. Sinister had his own reason for joining Apocalypse. But look what happened in the book. So I'm like, okay, I give it to Apocalypse for that. Blackbeard, I gotta put you against you because you got my boy Ace killed.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why you don't like Apocalypse. It's just for that simple fact.
Well, Blackbeard. I don't like Blackbeard.
Yeah, Blackbeard, yeah.
Apocalypse is
Man, think with your head, not with your heart. Damn. Personal feelings aside, just pick the best one.
Oh, please. No, it's Apocalypse. Apocalypse was my first. Sorry.
You know, with Apocalypse now, we have this whole thing. It only is a nightmare over there, but it's not there today. But we do have
because we have to boil it down to the two anyway, because both of them, both Kaguya and Apocalypse are technically got aliens basically at this point.
Yeah, Dio was all ancient. It was basically an ancient race of humans.
There we go.
Alright, so then if you want to boil it down to two, I say Apocalypse and Isaac.
So Apocalypse be first, and Isaac be second.
Oh. What were you jumping to, Marcus?
Because I killed a knight and they gave me something to jump on. I don't see it. I don't see the next thing.
He's gonna fall.
It's right there. In front of you, isn't it?
They got me messed up.
Yeah, I'm dead. I can't do this.
Oh man.
They got me.
But yeah, but we keep forgetting. I guess we just negate Dio. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see the next one for you, Marcus.
That's okay.
Oh, there it is. See it? It's right there.
Ah. Ooh. Oh. No.
Yeah, they disappeared. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a timer on it. Daggone it. Okay then. But yeah, because I have to understand Apocalypse got alien technology from the aliens. Kaguya was an alien also. Now in the new Boruto series. Spoilers if anybody did not know. So
they mentioned that at the end of Naruto. You didn't need to. They don't need Boruto.
Well, because some people probably didn't watch Naruto. So spoilers.
If you didn't watch Naruto by now, you got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, you have a lot of catching up to do. All for one. I never saw My Hero a little bit, so I can't say nothing bad about him. So I'm not going to. I'm not even going to. I'm not even going to try to do that.
I'm trying to get to the temple area.
Dio. I watched JoJo's Bizarre.
Yeah, All for One. Now going back to All for One, he was that guy.
So no, but I'm going to pick with Apocalypse because that was my first. So, and then I put Kaguya in second. So. And Dragon wants to do something real quick, so you know.
Yeah, because like I said, Apocalypse, Kaguya, like she's that itch for the simple fact that she did do that, but when it came to she was basically the ultimate manipulator in that sense,
yeah.
And on top of that, she tried to get people in Genjutsu to manipulate them all together when it comes to it. But the one who was a little bit, and she had the greatest impact also when it came to the story. But after her, now it's like now we have to...
Also, they formed the Tell Beast out of her. Mm-hmm. So that's why I gave her. That's why I put her in second. Because you're not going to get the Tell Beast unless you.
But you're doing it in terms of power. I'm not talking about terms of power. I would give it to Apocalypse because no matter how powerful he gets, he still has his charisma to talk you into doing shit without doing that. So for example, Aizen had all the charisma in the world until he got all that power, and then he lost the charisma.
No, actually, no, he didn't lost all the charisma because they needed him. They needed his help.
See, there's a difference between you needing him and then him talking you into you needing him.
But even though that's still great charisma, because you went
remember that there's a difference. There's a difference between me coming up to you just straight lace and you listening to all my words and falling in love with what I'm saying and then following me, versus you needing me for something and then me trying to convince you to let me out of whatever you got me in. If I'm coming at you straight laced, hands free, everything, like I can handle it myself, but I want you to handle it for me. I talk you into that versus you needing me to do it. Because I have the power to do it. You know what I'm saying?
But how they put
that's the case, that's how Kaguya is.
But how they put
Kaguya
it in
has all the power in the world, but she can't straight talk you into joining her. She has to force you into it.
Yeah.
So I would give it, like, as far as manipulation goes, I would give it to Apocalypse because he has that natural charisma. No matter how strong he gets, he does not have to lift a finger to get his work done.
This knight is going on my left. So I ain't gonna. I'm in the temple.
I think we're in different areas, bro. Because there was a nightmare in this corner over here, and I woke it up. And
oh, you woke it up? Oh, because I killed. I
now...
just killed the nightmare right now. No, but I see.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll switch Kaguya with Aizan. So, but the reason why also I switched, they really didn't have to go to Aizan to get help for the Quincy series.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said, even though he got locked up, he still was known to everybody. Oh, we need help. I really didn't want to do this, but we gotta ask for Aizan help. That's still charisma, cause you really didn't have to do it. But so that's what I said. That's my reason of him being second. Because even though you got great charisma, it's about the people still talking about you. Even you get or with any type of reason what happened, people still talking about you. So yeah, so I'll give it to Aizan because people were still talking about him.
For second place?
Yeah, for second place. I'm still gonna give Apocalypse my first.
Yeah, Apocalypse. I think we're in agreement that Apocalypse.
Yeah, like Apocalypse was my first. Moment D said, "Oh, who's the best manipulator?" Apocalypse. I said, "Okay." I thought we were going to talk about like power brute strength at first, but then he said manipulator. I'm like, no, what? Yeah, Apocalypse. Yeah, Apocalypse was the manipulative. That's why he was. And you know, back in elementary school, that's why he was my bad guy at first, because he wasn't manipulative. So I said, okay, yeah, I go, yeah. Charismatic, both Apocalypse and Aizan. Yeah, rank 10.
I don't even know where you at anymore. Like,
I don't know where you at.
I'm in the circle of bones. Did you go to Circle of the Bones?
Yes, I did. I just left from there.
Okay. So you're over there. Yeah, like I said, you kept running. I was still in that area.
Oh, I didn't. I killed the knight. I killed the knight. I said, oh.
Yeah, because there is a nightmare that's normally underneath these staircases right here.
I said, okay then.
So that means you should be somewhere over here.
So Dragon, what were yours? So we all agree on Apocalypse. Yeah.
You just fall. Exactly, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's it.
You can't say that.
You know, Apocalypse was now, cause I was like, I was going to do Tyrannity, but you said, nah, let's do this. I said, ooh, yeah, this is spicy. Oh yeah, let's make it more spicy. I like Spanish food.
I guess at the end of it, All For One and Dio are basically in limbo because, like I said, Dio did his thug dizzle, of course, you know, even when he came down to, I mean, but he ended up kind of changing a little bit because he did have a child. The whole other joint where he ended up having where his kid is basically the main guy, a whole mafioso joint is about Theo's kid. Really?
Totally forgot about that.
Trying to figure it. Did you go back in where you came from, Marcus?
Yeah, you said you was at a Circle of Bones. I'm like, okay then, I'm coming right now. Hello.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Anti-barrier rounds. Oh, I totally forgot. I had this. Where were you when I was trying to fight this? Damn, goddamn. Okay, where is that?
But with Theo, you know, he kind of had his own little redemption thing because he ended up taking, you know, his son ended up becoming basically a good guy.
Yeah.
For the most part.
So basically,
you know,
the match is Apocalypse. Apocalypse.
Like I said, Kaguya did her thing, but you know, she had no charisma to really change anybody's mind or make them follow her.
Yeah, because you know, only she did with that tree.
Yeah. Hers was all forced. So as a manipulator, she did do for the series, but when it comes down to
the world grade,
the influence that she has, you know, because even her kids went against her. No, her kids defied her. That's the reason why she got locked up. You know what I'm saying? Because her kid was like, "Nah, ma, you wigging right now." Like,
well, the kids on Earth, not the kids of where she naturally came from.
Yeah, her half-breed kids. You know, the ones that turned into this.
It's always the half-breeds that the strongest ones.
I mean, that's just.
We'll have to do a match about that one. But no. I don't want to put half-breed kids into this fight. And I don't even want to make a match about half-breed kids. Because then we gotta put well, then there's going to be a tie for Gohan and Trunks. So I don't want to do that.
Oh no, well, Trunks, we don't know the full extent of Trunks' ability. I mean, in the books, in Super, he basically becomes a deity. You know, in the video games, he turns a time controller. He's basically
he goes Super Saiyan God in the Heroes.
You know, so you know, Gohan, he doesn't do that. I mean, I think they're trying to give Gohan another ability, but you know, we're spanning a whole bunch of universes, and GT, we know GT isn't fully canon. You know.
So we do have
Toriyama didn't make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he did the designs, but he didn't make it.
Yeah. So we do have breed. Who is the strongest half breed?
Cause you got Hercules in that mug if you wanted to even do that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's half-breed, demigods, they half-breeds also. But the homie, All For One, like I said, even though he was manipulating everything inside of what was going on, we still don't know the full story about everything went out until they start doing what happened in the past and when Deku is actually an adult and All Might's dead, and then this dude ends up getting out of prison. You know what I'm saying? Because now he's locked up. So we don't know the full extent of his influence yet. You know what I mean? Until we get more into the story. Same thing with Blackbeard.
Same thing with Blackbeard.
We don't know exactly the full. We know that Blackbeard is a beast for the simple fact that, you know, he has a whole bunch of powers, and he's basically the strongest guy in the whole thing.
Had 2 devil fruits.
has 2 devil fruits, and that's never been done in the whole anyone in the whole series. And we still don't know how devil fruit powers even came into existence. We don't know that yet. Oh, this is the part that I needed, I think. Sure was.
You're welcome. So yeah. That was a good battle. That was a good battle.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we have to give it to Apocalypse. Like I said, Kaguya, she does stand some chances, but when it comes down to like
charisma, I got that whole thing locked down.
So Marcus, where is the Chamber of Night? Do you know?
The Chamber of Night? No. It's been a long time I've been on the moon. I explored the moon. This is the way where freaking you fight Tannis.
Not Crota. You're gonna say not Crota.
Well, we in Crota Temple, so let's see, let's go down here. Oh, then we just came down here.
We just came from this way, I think.
All these tunnels look. The World Grave.
So that was a good one. Like I said, now if we was to do people fighting and straight up, going fisticuff, that's a totally different.
Yeah, I didn't want.
Totally different thing because Kaguya would be in a whole realm of her own because the broad freaking
creates dimensions.
Dimensions, and she's dimension flop. That's the power of her.
That's why she was my second, but I changed it for manipulative. But that's all we're basing. We didn't say deathmatch. Here, these 5 people fight to death. No, we said manipulative. So
so that's why I was like.
That's why I gave her a second.
If it was straight up power, Apocalypse wouldn't win on power alone, because even though he has power, he never really, it always took a crew to defeat him.
Yeah, it took it's just like the Power Rangers. It took like 18 people to fight this dude.
You have to, that's when you sit there and like, yo, we're gonna end up jumping this dude.
And he was going through dimensions too, I believe now, right? Him, Cable, Bishop, Wolverine, Magneto.
They were just going back and forth in time. They were time travelers. The only thing I could say about that was them being time travelers. And we went back up here.
So I remember
All for One. We only saw All for One fight that one time, and that was against All Might, and All Might was only at like fucking 20% power when they fought. You know what I mean? So we don't know and we already know that he already basically lost to All Might. He lost to All Might, really. And then he basically let All Might beat him. You know what I mean? Because he was like, yo, I want you to take me out so that this kid does what he needs to do. And that whole thing that he done did.
That's something to it. Where the fuck is this? I hate the moon because everything looks the goddamn
corridors, same. Yeah. All these corridors that they have everywhere. I guess this is it from this part of the moon.
Unless we go... We can't go to Sorrow Pit.
Yeah, we have to do the mission for that. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah,
Let's check my quest.
Yeah, I cannot find this thing.
Is there anything that you're supposed to be doing?
I'm supposed to be doing these exotics, but I'm not. I'm trying to do that later. I'm doing that later.
And these missions is crazy hard. But yeah, that's basically the only thing I could say. You know, if we were to do straight brute force, like, you know, we still don't know the full capacity of Blackbeard because he hasn't really fought anyone other than Ace, but we haven't seen him fight anybody since he has gotten
both
Whitebeard's power. Yeah, the Tremor fruit. We don't know what he's done.
Down here. Oh, that's a mission.
He just came from there.
No, this is a mission of me, you, and Dave have to run.
Yeah, but I think that door's closed down there.
No, it's open. The catacomb?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's open. Yeah, but I see dark. I see
darkness
I
is.
see shade of black.
Well, can't help you there.
Oh, we got a nightmare here though.
Where is he?
Why are you talking about me?
Right here. He ran past, jumped over.
Why are you talking about me?
I did?
They bounced.
Say connection fail for him.
There it is. That's what I needed.
Say connection failed. Oh no. It's storming, so I know it's been connection was wonky all day this morning and last night.
So I think that's it for this one. When it comes to the diabolicalness of it all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all we had to do was for the diabolical, but
yeah. So
you know,
we all agree.
Still, yeah, like I said, Apocalypse trumps everybody else. Just because, you know, he's been around, he's also just that dude. Now, if we was to have a death battle, I would give it to Kaguya before, well, Dio can't die unless you throw him into some sun, but then I would think that Kaguya would just teleport them to a place.
She can survive in space, and she can basically control dimensional teleportation.
Even though he stops time, he doesn't stop it, he slows time down. And I don't think time slowing is going to really affect Kaguya that much.
No, because he can literally just go to another dimension.
Like, Dio, stop time real quick.
Because that's what happened to Sasuke, where he was able to switch places with someone else. She was like, yeah, no, fuck that. I can see right through that.
You know, and no one's vulgar enough in this joint to really pull a Naruto with the sexy jutsu. You know what I'm saying? So to make her get off her game, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, and then we had All For One, even though he could take everybody's quirk, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't count for everybody else because everybody else's power isn't quirks. So his whole thing was his strongest feat was when he fought against All Might. That was his strongest feat.
It's gonna be a tough battle between her and Aizen. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Aizen's pretty much a god at this point. And
yeah. But the thing is, can Aizen seal people?
I mean, well, remember he also has his techniques, the Soul Reaper technique, and they range from so much. They range from so many different things. So I don't know.
He might be able to bind her movements and stuff like that, but like,
it's only gonna last for so long.
Can he completely seal her away?
Did you run past all these people like this?
Because if they're both dimensional beings in a way, she can, like, you know, just dimension him somewhere else. It'll take him a while to get back to her, but he might be able to do it. But can Aizen survive in space too? Because you can just dimension his ass in space.
We don't think so. They never had a thing with space in theirs.
Nah, his.
Yeah. Because she can just dimension his ass in space and leave him there.
Well, it is. Do he have omnipresence? Because you can, if you have omnipresence.
Nah, I don't think he has omnipresence. He doesn't, you know, there was always some device or something that he would use to basically, you know, say that, you know, he was around. He always used other things, but I think that they do have a technique that allows them to
I gotta check that out.
See what was going on.
Yeah, you can see what's going on in that area, but as far as you surviving in that area, that plane of existence, I don't know if that's the thing.
Let me see. Let me see.
No, I don't think that he's omnipresent to that point, to that powerful extent. You know, because that's a different cup of worms right there. He's not like Darkseid, who's basically omnipresent. You know what I'm saying? Darkseid is an omnipresent type of person.
Yeah.
You know, and he's not. He ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Izon's not like that. Even when he did get his power, he wasn't omnipresent. Only reason is that Izon was a great planner. So when it came down to, you know, knowing what was around him, knowing who was able to get shit done.
He was basically the Batman of Bleach, but he took it in a different direction. Give him enough time to plan, he might be able to defeat you. And he has the power to back it up.
Exactly. He can actually do damage. You know, so that's what I said. Only in that aspect he was doing his thing, but outside of that, the hell? Oh, they're over here doing that witch shit. I was gonna say, why the hell did the beam reach literally all the way?
Yeah,
over
they only
here?
said that he have immortality.
Oh, but he'll just keep continuously suffocate. She leaves him there. He can't move. He'll just keep suffocating.
Die from asphyxiation. What? Asphyxiation.
Yeah, they said that he has a degree of immortality.
Oh, a degree of immortality.
Well, I think that's almost all Soul Reapers have agreement of.
Because he have immense strength, immense spiritual power. No, I'm not looking. I'm just thinking. I'm like,
because there's a point. Because like, and this is true even for someone who is immortal. Because I'm gonna be that guy. I watched like vampire stories and shit like that. But in the Vampire Diaries, they trapped one of the vampires in a trunk and locked him in a trunk and threw him in the bottom of a lake. So what would end up happening was that he would drown, die, wake up again because he's immortal, drown, die because he can't get out of the trunk.
Well, yeah, because you put him in an empty loop.
Yeah, that's the same thing as putting Eisen in space. You're gonna panic because you can't breathe.
But I don't know, because the thing is that Eisen is at this point is dead already.
Oh yeah, he's already dead, but still,
I'm trying to figure out the whole spiritual aspect of it now, because that's what Bleach is all these guys is already dead. So now it's like, okay, whoa, how can we put that to battle now?
They're dead, but you still need a plane of existence. If you bring them to a plane of nothingness.
And it kind of defeats the purpose a little bit, but that's what I'm saying. This is what makes it difficult because
that's why I'm trying
series and different things, man.
Yeah, because they're technically they technically are Shinigamis, right? And they're already they're Reapers.
Supposed to be basically Reapers, soul Reapers.
Yeah,
they're supposed to be Reapers of the dead.
Yeah, that's spiritual realm level. So I don't know. That's why I'm kind of trying to take her out of this battle. I'm trying to take him out of this battle because we won't. I don't know. Because you can change the plane of existence, but not the spiritual realm. Not the spiritual realm itself. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if Izon should be in this battle. And tactic and manipulating, yes. When it comes to all-out brawl, just like Ichigo, with that battle, you're fighting spiritual battle. So I don't know. So we can add that in there. So he's going to get a hall pass. He get a hall pass up to that. He's not in it. So the battle is between her and Apocalypse.
Well, then she would most likely get it because Apocalypse doesn't have the power that she has.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it comes in terms of power, then I would probably give it to Kaguya.
Yeah, I give it to her.
She has basically limitless power. She can bring you literally to anywhere.
You know, even if it's chakra based, she doesn't run out of chakra though. On top of that, she doesn't run out of fucking chakra.
Yeah. She doesn't run out of chakra, she can bring you to anywhere. She can basically form anything. Talk about a god, she is basically a literal god in that term of feeling.
You know, so it's like you can't really put him in anything. I can't really put her in. I mean, Theo would lose because he's just a vampire, really. You know, even though he has a significant amount of power and stuff
yeah,
like
but
that.
Theo can still, you know, he can still die. That's the thing. Because she can. Because she.
Next one, Marcus.
I was just following you.
Okay, yeah, because I don't even know where I'm going. Just trying to find this.
So yeah, so I want to take Izon out of this battle because of the fact is that because spiritual energy versus natural energies
and also just put this in perspective. From what we've seen of Kaguya, was after she was sealed for generations, and she was still getting used to moving her body. So that possibly couldn't even have been the full extent of her power, of what she was doing.
But yeah, I understand that. So, but it's just like putting his Izon whole powers come from like the spirit realm.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I'm just letting you know that. Like,
no, I know that. That's why I said Kaguya is first. That I wasn't going against that. No, I was just saying on Izon's behalf.
What's going on here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, trying to say, oh, we need to take Izon out of this battle. Because we don't know if your power is classified to doing it, to be in this battle. I wasn't going against you saying, oh, this girl's not going to win. No, I already know. You change you take people from different dimensions. Apocalypse don't do that. Unless you pick one other Apocalypse, that the new Apocalypse, in the new series. But no, Apocalypse never do that. That wasn't his mention. Yeah. So no, I'm not even going to add that in here. My whole behalf is about Izon of not being in this battle because of because you're already technically dead at this point. So. You know, if the spirit realm had to seal you because they couldn't defeat you, then that's a whole different.
Well, hold on, because Kaguya can bring people back because she did that before. She did that with her chakra and shit. She brought people back.
Ooh.
Well, first of all, she definitely brought Madara back, even after they reanimated him. So if she really needs to, she can reanimate Aizen and then kill him or seal him from there, if he's already dead.
Well, technically, Madara was just a body for her, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, remember, she was a 10-tailed beast. They split the power up. They split the power up into 9 different beasts, so she cannot be resurrected again. So that, you know, but with this new information now, she's an alien. That's now a new. It's changed. But she still, it changed the whole perspective now because your race is now an alien race.
Yeah, now we're doing aliens versus like spirits and shit. Right?
Yeah, that's
in that aspect, and then you have like regular human pirates. You know what I'm saying?
That changes everything. So remember, she got sealed again. Meaning that
as long as the tailed beast live, so does she.
Exactly.
In essence. But what I'm saying is, when she is whole, she can bring people back from the dead, per se. She can do that. So therefore, if she's going up against Aizen, in a way, she can make him alive so that she can kill him.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because she is omnipresent like that, she should have the ability to do so.
Yeah.
She should have the ability to do so.
Yeah, because if she can do the...
Mind you, like you said, she's the weakest out of her clan. Which they said.
Still give, she can take life and she can give life. As the tree of life, she can take life and she can give life.
Was she the one that created the tree?
Well, yeah, the whole thing is her people, the tree comes from her people. Yeah, I mean, that's so...
Give and take life. So, in theory, she should be able to give Aizen a life to take it away from him. In theory.
That's only in theory.
All this is in theory.
Yeah, exactly.
All this is scary. Yeah, that's all Death Battles are. Is to theory and characters power. You know what I mean? Of what they should be able to do.
Yeah,
what they actually do. You know,
yeah,
against each other. And the next altar at the very front, I think it is.
But that still don't change her for being number one because right we said before.
Even with Blackbeard,
we don't know the full extent of her power because she was
basically just resurrected and then thrown into a life and death situation. Like, oh shit, hold on, let me start walking. Maybe I can go walk.
Yeah, so
fighting starts now.
So we talk about like the current fight, she still won. Aizen is still gonna be taken out of the battle for right now.
Yeah, even with Blackbeard, even though he has the ability to negate brute powers himself, that's the thing, he negates brute powers.
And that's the issue with having universe-specific powers.
I know you like that.
Yeah, I saw that. I want this girl. Oh, here she came over here and she's trapped. Yeah, I have to. Just like Kaguya.
Oh no. And that's the whole thing is that with Blackbeard, his whole power negates brute powers. So his negation will work on anybody in the whole thing.
And all for one is just nice. We're just getting exotic all day.
Yeah.
So no, the same thing with all for one. You know, he go by people court. There's no court users in there. There's no devil fruit user in there.
Exactly.
There's no mutant ability in it. No, you know. But at the same time, like I said, with now there's new information. You're an alien now that can do all this. Apocalypse got alien technology and used it. What made him who he is. So, well, no, we're still, we gotta fight, we gotta kill these wizards. So, yeah, I killed that wizard. I just gotta kill one more. Just kill that one more.
I gotta get a sword. Get out one.
But that not changed. No, I just got back. But that's not going to change my number one of her, you know, her still winning this battle. Because right now we don't even know her full capability. I want to know, like, now what we saw and what is now canon. She does this. She does this. We already seen that.
Yep.
Like the power, I'm talking about powers now that's been dissolved, whatever that word is. So, no, it's still this one. It's still,
we got like two of them that we got to take out, so he's coming from the other side.
Oh, really?
Ah, shit.
Come on, Witch. Stay right there. You don't get my way. Thank you. Now, where's the other one?
It's coming up this other way. And you're like before, it's coming this way. Can't change it out right now.
Nope. I gotta use my mountain top. No, my mountain top. My Christmas. Oh, there we go. Yeah. And that was a good battle, guys. That was an awesome battle. With mastermind planning apocalypse. With straight brute force fighting Kagura.
Yeah, I ain't got no problem with that. You know, Blackbeard until they end up, you know.
Yeah, because there's more information about Blackbeard. There's more information about One for All, the awful one. We already know about Dio. Don't stand a chance against these people.
Yeah, JoJo's a very, they don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
Not with JoJo's. Not with JoJo's.
Damn, why they over there?
I mean, they had the Fist of the North Star versus JoJo, and I think JoJo.
No!
Something like this. A nightmare
it was
sacrifice.
Yeah.
Who started this thing?
No, it tells you to go to the other one. I don't know who started this. Because this is number 5, so it's just like, oh, go to the next one. Where's the next one? It's all the way. Yep, there we go.
Where is it?
This say go all. This say go all the way out yonder.
Hey, here we go. We gotta open up this chest right here.
Oh. Next battle next week will be who's the Tyrannical.
The Battle of the Tyrants, and that's a good one for Frieza because he fit perfectly in that one.
Yeah, Palpatine, Frieza,
Yeah,
Darkseid.
I'm throwing Jin Kazama in the mix.
Well, you can do that.
Why are you throwing Jin?
Why not?
Jin?
Why not?
I'm not going. I'm not going. What do you need to do? I don't know why, but okay.
What do you mean, why?
Jin from Tekken?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Alright, so what's your definition of tyrant?
I haven't played Tekken like that, so.
What's your definition of tyrant?
I'm talking about conquering.
Yeah.
Not businesses. He would not know. No.
Alright.
Jin is no. We're gonna play. Jin get a hall pass.
No.
Cause you want to talk about that, you might as well bring Heihachi. his grandfather.
No, because Heihachi was not able to accomplish the things that Jin was able to accomplish, and I will explain that to you when we have this discussion.
You talk about people that took over galaxies and. No, that's not cheating. What is this place? No. Oh.
This is off of that mission.
You said being a tyrant. You ain't saying nothing about universal domination.
Why you think Palpatine, Frieza, Darkseid, and Thanos was in the Fatal Four?
They all universal.
Like they're the most universal tyrants in the.
I don't think Thanos was going for domination. You know.
Have you seen what Thanos did?
I know what he did. I don't think he was trying to dominate the universe, though.
Dude, he did it for the love of freaking death, and he became he became a tyrant. Like, there's a series of him literally owning.
He did it for his woman like a bitch.
Yeah. And he owned everything. He literally had the Hawk as a pet.
You're a pet.
So no.
Oh wow, you're a pet. Go there, brother.
You're a pet. Let's not bring that discussion up.
You're a Joey at this point.
Having dream sex about Kyber? Okay.
And this is where we end the video.
You want to bring out pets?
College star?
You want to bring out pets? Oh no, nigga. No, we're gonna talk about pets.
End the video, Marcus.
I'm trying to. I'm fighting this big.
Crazy right now.
I'm fighting this big giant eyeball right now. I'm trying to hide right now. Okay then, good. Let me hide.
That's not what he's trying to do. He's losing.
All right.
He's talking about pets.
So this is Tyrone. 001. We will talk to you Monday. Yeah.
Take the weekend off.
Enjoy yourself. I'm Rick James. Enjoy yourself.